Hey Y artists, Miss Hanner's here with you again, and hope you're having a good day still. I'm actually going to be showing you a little lesson on Zentangles, and something I wanted to mention is a lot of my projects that I've done at school, even some I've done from the Y, are actually at school, and since we're not really allowed at school right now, what I'm doing is I'm kind of giving you some basic, as fast as I can lessons, but I'm hoping to upload some of the final projects and attach those with those. So kind of as we upload the videos, I'm going to actually try to attach some photos with the videos too. So Zentangles, those have been really popular over the past few years. Basically, I feel like it's a way to say fancy doodling and adding patterns and shapes and all kinds of designs that you like. So this particular project I've done with my students, we did some Zentangle kind of collages and turned them into a little mural on the wall, but I actually had my student teachers show the students how to do Zentangles with food. So if you could think of any kind of dessert, or if you could think of fruit or drinks, just anything food related. If you want to go with a theme, if you don't want to, you could draw animals. There are endless possibilities. So basically, I'm going to start off with a ruler here. And if you don't have a ruler, you could use just like the straight edge, which I'll just go ahead and show you that instead, but show you the picture that I'm going to make. I'm going to put it in a box. And, you can really use the straight edge of anything. Now, I went ahead and just kind of mapped that out right there. It's a little bit more horizontal layout, but you could do vertical. You could turn your sketchbook around. I'll probably tear out some of these pieces of paper, but again, I'm kind of just going this book, for some of my lessons to kind of make it quick and easy for you. Just a nice little reference. So anyway, the first thing that you want to start off with is, like I said, mentioned in one of my other videos, I always try to draw with pencil first. That way you can map out your ideas lightly. Again, sometimes I press a little bit harder so you can see it on the video. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw an apple right here in the middle. And again, I'm drawing it lightly. I'm going to go ahead and draw the stem in and the leaf just for an extra little detail. Now, after you get this drawn, you're going to want to go ahead and focus on the details inside of the apple. But we kind of talked about it when my student teacher did the project, and we divided it up into sections. So I'm actually going to show you how I divide this up into sections, and then I also divide the background into sections. And then I'll do a separate video for adding the details, which kind of start creating the Zentangles. So anyway, I drew my fruit or my food, and your choices are, you can have, again, as many choices as you want. You could do diagonal lines, you could do horizontal lines, you could do vertical lines, you could do kind of like a broken glass or something that has like a mosaic kind of feel to it. And I think because my apple is kind of basic, I'm actually going to kind of go with the broken glass kind of theme here. I'm going to go back to the ruler to make it look a little bit easier, or make it go a little bit easier. But I want to do this inside because I want to kind of challenge myself a little bit. Again, I'm drawing much darker than I normally would, just so you can see it. So I think for now I'll stick with about that many divides. And so there's the dividing lines for the apple. Okay, I'm just making sections. I haven't made my details or patterns yet. Then I'm going to divide the background. Now, since I chose to do this kind of broken glass look on the inside of the apple, I have to do a different one. I guess you don't necessarily have to, but I think it will look a good contrast to have something different. So I'm actually going to do kind of this like glow effect, like almost like it will look like the apple's glowing. Again, you could do diagonal lines, either direction, vertical, horizontal. There are some other things you could probably do, but I'm going to keep it kind of basic for right now because sometimes when you do too much, it just gets too messy. So again, I'm going to kind of do this glow piece kind of coming out from the apple. And, again, it doesn't have to be perfect. If you want to map it out to where it goes to the corners exactly, you can do that. Again, you can do this slower. But for me, I've kind of done this before, so I kind of know how to angle it just right to where it gets to the corners, but again, you really don't have to. It is really what you make of it. So again, I'm drawing a little bit darker than I normally would. Okay, so there are my dividing lines for the outside. So again, I put dividing lines on the inside of the food or drink, whatever you choose. And then I did a different kind of dividing lines or sectioned it off in the background. Okay, I'll be back to show you how to start adding some details, and we're actually going to add some marker to this as well.